Hello lads and ladies, my name's Array, welcome back to the channel. Today we have the Destiny 2 VIDOC as Lightfalls. Before we get into it, I just wanted to give you a huge thank you to everybody who went and supported my reaction video on the Rasputin final cutscene of Season of Seraph. I really appreciate it.
The stakes are higher than they've ever been.
Bungie.
Have we been built to defend the Traveler? Have we been built to defend humanity? The Witness is going to bring all of that to the test.
What is that? How would we react if we were facing extinction? And how are we going to stand together to overcome this?
You know what must be done.
We were created for this moment, to deal with this conflict, to solve for this enemy.
Dude.
What the hell happens when evil finally arrives and confronts the Traveler?
As light falls. Dude, the cinematics are insane, bro. The space battles. Oh my gosh, please. Our end begins.
The Traveler is threatened. The Witness is here. Callus's forces are here as well. The Pyramid fleet is here. Big shit is going down.
Yeah.
Lightfall should feel like you have stepped into the middle of an active war.
One of the values that we really wanted to push was making sure that you felt like the tip of the spear. You were the one who was initiating
That melee's
the action.
insane.
You were the one who was taking control. You were the one who was attacking things.
World of
What
Tanks,
this
dude.
tone gave us the chance to do was to really surface the friendship, the camaraderie, the connections that we have to each other.
Kaido, we'll need your troops.
Dude, she
If
got
the
the
end
hammer
of
of
the universe is
proving.
coming, what do we have left other than each other?
Keep the enemy away from the Traveler
See that Cabal army?
at all cost.
There's a pretty
Dude,
big
the space
serious
battle, bro.
threat that is happening to the solar system. So we really wanted to bring that gravity and that weight into the story.
In a major way, what we're doing right now is we're
Hey,
both
Joe.
setting up the finale for the Light and Darkness saga.
Hyperspace?
Pulling the
Good
Witness
golly, cum
into the
drops.
frame for the first time.
The big question has been, what does it want with the Traveler? What will happen when it finds it? And in Lightfall, it does find it.
I feel like the Witness is so drastically different from any other antagonist that we've had in Destiny in the past. You know, a lot of our Destiny antagonists are like kind of over the top and theatrical in their own way. And then we have the Witness, who's just so reserved.
He's floating
It's all
through
about
space.
control with the Witness.
The Witness is here to finish what the collapse started. Now, there's Callus. Always been power hungry, in it for himself. He's now signed on as one of the Witness's disciples.
We're seeing Callus go
What?
through a transformation and emerge as something new.
My semblance matches my inner beauty.
Odds are stacked
What?
against you.
Why does he look so
The
weird?
Witness has arrived. We got Callus. Everything's under attack. How do we deal with this?
Strand.
And then you find this thread.
We knew we
Weaving
wanted
the
to
threads.
do another darkness power in Destiny. Are we gonna do what everyone thinks we're gonna do? Are we gonna make like poison? No. We're gonna do something that you'd only find in Destiny. We're gonna go
So
talk about this thing
cool.
called Strand, and it's the web of life.
What does it mean to have a cosmic web that's connecting everything around you? How do you actually make that like an ability? How do you make that like a power? It's something that doesn't actually exist. You can't just point to fire, electricity, or ice. Coming up with the idea of the strings, the strands,
That
lighting
Titan
up the
armor
world.
looks sick.
I think that was when everything kind of started to come together.
Strand is unlike any of the powers that we've
Dude.
gotten before. We didn't get it from the Traveler. We didn't get it from the Pyramids. It is a power that we find is unlocked within us as Guardians.
That's kind of cheesy.
When you pull on that thread and you start manipulating that web, ooh, you can do some really powerful things.
Yeah.
We have some exciting player class fantasies coming up with Strand that we're introducing. So we have the Hunter Threadrunner, which is going to introduce this threaded spike.
The Hunter Super Silk Strike, it's this kind of rope dart. You're constantly moving, constantly attacking.
It feels fluid. It has an amazing style to it. It's just something we've never seen in Destiny before.
The AoE on that thing is crazy, bro.
The Titan Berserker, and the name is pretty fitting.
The Titan Super is Blade Fury, where you weave these giant blades onto your hands. You have a melee attack that you can kind of combo indefinitely, and then you have your heavy attack, which sends out these suspending waves.
That looks like Fists of
And then
Havoc.
there's the Warlock Broodweaver, the mastermind of the minions that we call the Threadlings.
The Warlock Broodweaver super is Needle Storm. You create 3
Needle
sources of power, and then those then get launched out, and then those fly through the air. When they hit an enemy, they'll explode. When they hit the ground, they will then charge up and then turn into Threadlings.
Then they explode. Oh, that's sick, dude.
All the classes will have access to
What?
a grappling hook. When you select that, that takes up your grenade slot. It was a hard challenge because, like, how can you make this idea of swinging through the world equivalent to a grenade?
It's so cool.
And so designers came up with this idea of a
No.
grapple melee.
The grapple melee is incredibly powerful. I grapple onto an enemy, which stuns them for a second. And then when
I'm
I
like
get there,
better
I
than
grapple
Spider-Man,
blow
bro.
them all up and start shooting, and then the unravel projectiles are flying all over the place.
All that stuff coming together was magic for me. Oh my god, that's Destiny?
It's sick, dude. Welcome to Neomuna. Dude, the cinematics are so crazy.
Neomuna
bro.
has existed for
Dude, looks like
hundreds
Cyberpunk.
of years. It branched off from Earth during our collapse and shut off any communication.
pretty.
So they've been secretly existing on Neptune for a very long time and keeping themselves safe.
It was amazing to see how the concept artist made all of this beautiful art feel really
Damn.
fresh and new, but also a part of the Destiny universe.
When you think about how to design Neomuna, like what's the architecture like? We're thinking of a lot of aerodynamic things, fins and sailboats.
That's sick. It's really
That
cool.
informs us sort of the architectural form language that kind of looks unlike anything we've ever seen before.
Yeah.
The high winds, strong pressure. We have that beach area where we show
Oh,
the sand
dude,
is
that's
made out of
so
diamonds.
cool. Yes,
The
finally a
whole
beach in
terrain is
Destiny,
following
bro.
up into the beginning of the city. The color, the graphic design.
The colors are
vibrancy.
amazing.
And yeah, there's some mysteries in there.
Incredible.
The cool thing about Neomuna is that it's like this big neon-soaked city, but it has quite a spectrum of different environments.
Okay.
I think my favorite absolutely is the Thrillodrome. It is an arcade lost sector, and I think we can relate to spending our
that's sick.
days in a sticky arcade.
I've
playing
been there,
games
yeah.
with our buddies.
I'm
That's
also
sick. That's cool.
so excited for people to see the puka pond with all of the
Puka?
pukas that have been like such a mystery.
Is that what
since
those things
Beyond
are called?
Light.
Puka fish? That's sick.
And then on the other side of the city is Callus's ship. The Typhon Imperator has landed.
Typhon
square
Imperator?
in Ahimsa
What am I
Park.
You see that the city is indeed kind of in shambles in parts. There's smoke, there's explosions in the air, and I just go back to the teamwork of everybody getting into a room and thinking like, what can we do to make this feel high octane, very explosive, and familiar?
Did he just grapple
This is
onto
a
that
city
dude's
that needs the
grenade?
Guardians' help and needs their
Bro.
protection, and Callus is going to do his level best to destroy it, and we're not going to let them, and neither are the Cloud Striders.
There's a lot new about Lightfall. We have this new location, and it has these new personalities that come along with it. They're defenders of this city.
Oh, that's
and they
dude. I
have
love
new
all like the
perspectives
street
that we
punk.
really haven't seen in characters.
Like he got a lot
in
of
Destiny,
cyberpunk
and that's
vibes.
taking the form of the Cloud Striders, Nimbus, and Rohan.
Nimbus and
I
Rohan.
understand what's at stake, Lightbearer. Far better than you.
Rohan is the grizzled old veteran who's too old for this shit. And Nimbus is the young rookie. Nimbus is learning on the job.
Nimbus was definitely a favorite of ours to animate. They're so boisterous
I like
and
that.
fun-loving and a little smug, but super confident in their abilities.
The Cloud Striders, bottom line, are cool.
Nimbus, on your stakes!
We want the Tormentors to be the most scary unit that
They're like
you've ever
weird ape
fought
shit, bro.
in the Destiny universe.
Holy crap, this combatant is very powerful. It means business.
It's incredibly intimidating. This thing wields a massive scythe, has command over all this void energy.
The Tormentor can like grab you, and that's something we'd never really done before with the boss.
Throws out the scythe, has the player in its hands.
And in those moments for Dark Harvest, we actually do things with audio to make it feel even more intimate, where we duck out all the background sound. So you really have this intimate moment with this terrifying creature grabbing you.
I don't think I want an intimate moment. The war at home.
Lightfall and Season of Defiance
what's up,
are
Amanda?
two sides of the Destiny coin. And so on the Lightfall side, we have crazy neon cities going on an adventure far away, sort of bombastic action fantasy.
Yeah.
On the Season of Defiance side of the coin, it's a story that's much more closer to home.
Season of Defiance is about the ground war on Earth. Callus's forces are invading, and we're defending Earth. We're freeing prisoners.
Freeing prisoners?
We're trying to protect the last city, but much more directly and under much more threat than we have seen in a long time.
Was that the
You're working with
battlegrounds?
Petra, you're working with Devram, you're working with
Yo,
all these
what's up,
people that you
Devram?
know that are close to home and that are battling for the real thing you're trying to save.
Oh no. Defying our end.
We have a lot of weapons
Cyrus
and
is in
armor
the
for
back
players
there.
to earn, and I'm super excited to see what you've been working on.
We have a couple of Strand exotics. The Warlocks are getting what's called Swarmers. They're these boots that will, on Tangled Destruction,
Still think those boots look like
create new
tentacles,
threadlings
bro.
at that location. Now, they can either shoot it, or they can pick up a tangle and throw a tangle, and then that will also create threadlings. The Hunters are getting this helmet that will help them grapple through the air. As you grapple, you gain this new ability called Woven Mail.
That actually
and
might
it's
be really
reducing
good
the
for
incoming
Hunter.
damage except for headshots. The Titans get boots that will augment a aspect that they have. The aspect
of
itself
eyes?
will just send out
That's
a wave that will suspend enemies in front of their barricade after casting it, but the boots will split it up into 3 waves.
Okay,
Whenever they spend an enemy
okay.
with these boots on, they also
I
gain
like
Woven
that.
Mail. So
Like
pushing the
taking an
front line further and
aspect and-
further by
yeah.
being tanky.
I have been caught by those boots a couple times in our playtest. We have this incredibly cool heavy metal machine gun that fires according to
This is the
its
only one
own
I was
rhythm,
worried
where
about, like,
it gets alternate effects every fourth
it's not
bullet,
good- if it's
and
not
then
good, it's
every
such a waste,
16th
but
bullet,
hopefully it's good.
It gets even more added to it. So we have this pistol that will use advanced technology to find your enemies. And so suddenly you're
Thing
not
looks like
worrying about
Splicer to
aiming,
me.
you're really worrying about surviving during the lock-on time. And
Wait,
it
what?
opens you up to consider your movement more than your aiming. Being able to lock on to multiple guys in your field of vision and then just obliterate all of them was, I think, a moment where I kind of went, whoa.
Oh my gosh, it actually has red boxes. They're giving us more aim hacks. Breaking down barriers.
We're introducing a ton of new features that are designed to make sure that the player experiences are as good as they can be.
Nice.
I think one of the things we're most excited about are loadouts and what we're calling build crafting 2.0, which is the system of both, hey, let's make it more understandable
wow.
to how you make a build. And then let's allow you to
Jeez,
save
that
that
looks
build
great.
and quickly swap between them.
When we
Is that gonna
started
kill
the process of
them?
figuring out
Probably.
how we are going to improve build crafting, one of the things that we knew we needed to do was make it easier to go from I have never done any build crafting to I'm really engaged in this system. When we engaged with the UI team and we said we need to improve this experience, they came back
Oh,
with what
switches
if
your-
we did
your
a
cosmetics
build
too.
management
That's
screen
cool.
and let you see your whole build on one screen.
It's all in one place. You can see it, you can read it, you can learn. And that coupled with our Guardian ranks, that's gonna come in and basically be our first ever companion to every single player.
Guardian ranks is our answer to What should I be doing in Destiny if I want to get better?
This is the
We
only
have
thing
this
I'm like.
track that tells you what you should be doing. We're really excited for players to
This
start
just looks
diving
like
into
the
that
homework
system,
book.
along with accommodations, a way to finally say thank you to players that you've been playing with. We think all of this stuff is coming
This is
together
cool.
to bring this more
I like
cohesive
this.
relationship between our players. When we think about the future of Destiny, we think there's so much more to discover. We're just on the coast right now. We want to get into the heart of this continent.
What?
We are walking to our 10-year anniversary of Destiny, and Destiny being such a core part of our players' lives. We just want to keep building Destiny.
We've been talking about this antagonist to the Traveler for so long. In
Yeah.
Lightfall, we get to spend time with the Witness in a way that we haven't yet.
We're paying off storylines that have been coming together and been building for years.
More questions will certainly arise.
We have this finale with the final shape that's coming right after Lightfall, where we're closing down the Light and Darkness saga. But Destiny is far from over.
This universe is about more than the conflict between the Traveler and the Pyramids, and we want to show you new ways to explore it. We want to show you new things to discover in the universe, because we think that Destiny has a lot to offer.
I'm on
and
something,
Lightfall
man.
is the
Holy
catalyst for
shit.
that. It's high stakes, thrilling action, all at the same time, pushing the Destiny story to places it's never been before.
Oh, is that the raid?
And
This sounds like I don't know what this looks kind of silly. This reminded me of that one scene in the Last Jedi when she like gets when Princess Leia's thing gets blown up, and then she flies back to her ship. She's like uses the Force to fly back to her ship. Like,
It's just
my man's
so
literally walking in space. He's literally walking in space. He's got like the most giant Titan shoulders on the planet, and the bucket helmet.
Because
Oh,
we
this
think that
cutscene
Destiny
is
has
so
a lot to
crazy, bro.
offer,
It looks so
and
sick.
Lightfall is the catalyst for that. At the same
Oh
time,
my
pushing
gosh.
the Destiny story to places it's never been before.
That's wild. All right, well, there you go. That is the Lightfall VIDOC. Hope you enjoyed. And if you did, consider leaving a like and consider subscribing to stay up to date to all my future uploads. Have a fantastic day, stay beautiful, and I'll see you in the next one.